Hey folks, this is Danny Jugan with Axis Football. We've got a development video update for you today, highlighting some of the changes and improvements that we have made over the past couple weeks. First and foremost, if you have pre-ordered the game, I do want to let you know that we have pushed a new version to Steam. So if you want to check out the new version, make sure that it downloads for you. You might have to exit out and go back in. If you haven't pre-ordered and you'd like to get access to the beta early, as opposed to waiting until the game releases in August, pre-orders can be made at accessleague.com. And when you do pre-order, you will receive a key within 24 hours where you can activate the game on Steam. So what I want to do in this video is real quick just run through a couple of the bug fixes, UI improvements, and what you can expect to see in the next couple weeks after this. So first of all, there were several issues with the initial beta version that was released. The game was crashing for a couple people. Weird things were happening when you kick the ball out of bounds on kickoffs. There were some announcing situations where the analyst would say something that didn't really match with what happened on the field. Rather than go through the entire list, we'll let you know we've taken care of most of those. There, I'm sure, will be other bugs or tweaks that pop up in the future. Beta testers have done an awesome job of communicating with us so that we can get those fixed. Please continue to do so. One thing that we are still in the process of addressing is the catching issue. A lot of times the pass hits the player and it doesn't necessarily register as a drop in terms of the algorithm and the formula for what determines whether the pass is dropped, but it doesn't collide with the player. And I just want to shed a little bit of insight on what's happening there. This is a physics issue, and so we have gone to a much more realistic catching situation where passes are only registered as caught when the ball collides with the player's hands. So last year, when we had that single capsule collider on the player, if it hit the shin, it would register as a catch. And because we are moving towards a more sim type game, we wanted to up the realism. And so only passes that register with or collide with hands or chests where you can trap the ball, the various ways that you can catch the ball, only those are going to register as actual catches. And so what's happening is, especially on faster passes, the ball might collide with the player's chest or part of their body before they can get their hands on it. And so this involves a lot of tweaking and some things that we need to do on our end to get this not only to look right, but also to function properly. So that is a work in progress. We did implement a couple quick fixes that will help with this, but be advised that there are still going to be a larger number of incomplete passes than will be normal once we get our whole heads wrapped around this and what we can do to fix it. So we are still working on that. But some of the improvements in this version, we did a lot of UI improvements that will better present the game to the user and just make things look a little nicer. So I'm going to go here and let's do a run play. So the first thing you'll notice on the field is we've got an on-field down and distance marker. These will be colored based off of the team. So when Chicago's on offense, it'll be orange down here and that they're blue up here. So that will be nice, something we've been wanting to add for a while. The other thing that we have added is a new player status circle. So when we have this, I'm going to pause it, or attempt to pause it as I press the wrong button. Let me do it this way. So I've got the game paused. Let me go in. So here's our new status system for the player. And you'll see two lines here. Well, first of all, the blue circle is for player one. If you are playing against the computer, it will be gray. Playing against another player, it will be red. And these two lines in here indicate two different things. The bottom bar is the player's fatigue. And the top bar is the player's available sprint or speed burst remaining. and that is something that we added new as well. Sprint and speed burst isn't functioning on defense yet, but you can use it on offense, and would love to get feedback on that, whether it's too short, too long, whether the speed burst is too high, not enough, that sort of thing. So would love to get feedback on that, but that is one of the improvements that we added in this most recent patch. The other thing is we've updated the graphics for the pass circle. So we used to have that flat white circle, and now we've got this 3D circle here. Still functions the same, but there's a nice interception. And you saw, I don't know if we don't have instant replay in yet, but the defender actually put his hands out and caught the ball where it should be. The wide receiver was a little bit under that one, threw it over top. This is why you shouldn't run and throw at the same time. Definitely overthrew him there. So that's the new pass circle. And one of the other things that we added, which we have to restart to show you, is a kicking arrow. So on kickoffs and punts and field goals, you can adjust the angle with which the kick is made. So this allows for squib kicks on kickoffs. It allows for higher hang time when you are doing punts. So if you're trying to pin them back deep in the end zone, now you have the ability to do that. So you still have the normal meter on the right side where you can adjust the power and the aim, but at any point in time you can hit up and down or use your controller up and down to excuse me, adjust the angle of the kick. So if we want to do a higher kick, we'll do it like this. And it goes much higher. Okay, so that is about it in terms of the visual improvements. We have done a lot under the hood as well. Most of what you will find in this update are bug fixes, so the game should run a lot better, crash less frequently, and throw fewer exceptions. We are going to continue to add and unlock stuff over the next few weeks, and we will continue to push updates to Steam. Just a couple other things before we finish. Coach mode and AI versus AI or spectator mode, those have been unlocked, so you can now access those modes. In the next update that we will do in a couple weeks, we will unlock player versus player. We'll take care of the catching improvements, and we hope to have a couple other surprises for you guys that we will cover soon. So that'll wrap it up for us. As always, we would love to hear your feedback, love to hear what you guys think about what we're doing and what we can continue to do to improve the game. So thanks so much, and we will be back soon with more information.